varieties we have out today are the Red Rome, the Empire, the Regent, and the Red Delicious. And basically, if you're going to be doing cooking, you're going to want to use your sweeter apples for juices. You can use them in sauces. You can use them on salads if you're going to slice them up and use them on salads. But if you're looking to make a really good apple pie, you're going to want to use a couple different varieties of apples. You're always going to want to have at least one tart variety, because if you're mixing it with the sugar, it's going to have a real nice quality to it. And then you're going to want to mix it with either another tart and another sweet, or another sweet tart apple. The ones that we have right now that are going to be best for pies are the Red Romes and the Empires. The Empire is what we call a sweet tart apple, because when you bite into it, it has a sweet flavor, but it has a tart aftertaste to it, kind of like the candy of sweet tart. And a Red Rome is going to be a real tart apple. So if you're going to blend this for apple pies, it's good to use a Red Rome and an Empire, and you might even want to use another variety like a Regent or a Red Delicious, or a Jonago Red, or something that has a real sweet flavor to it to add a nice dimension to your pie. Most people consider using like McIntosh or Jonathan for pies, and really those are better sauce apples, because they don't hold their texture as well, so your slices of apples are going to get kind of mushy. But if you use a firmer apple like the Empire or the Rome, they're going to hold their form a lot better when you're baking them, so you have a nice layer of apples.
And they recommend blending apples for apple pie?
Yeah, and same thing for sauces too. I always blend a couple different varieties for sauces. And the nice thing about applesauce is you could use almost really any variety you want, as long as you're mixing a tart and a sweet. And the best thing to use when you're making a sauce, instead of adding sugar to it, is to add honey to it. So when I make a sauce, all I do is I cook down the apples with a little bit of cider and a little bit of honey, and that adds as much sweetener as you're going to need. And then you can add in your spices, your cinnamon, your nutmeg, any spice, whatever you like at that point. But the nice thing about sauce is you can add any different variety of apples, whatever you might have in your fridge, as long as you have a sweet and a tart mixed together.